the baby yarn. Dude, what happened to Michael's yarn collection? What happened to the knit and sew shop at Michael's? Apparently it doesn't exist. Reginald says it's okay.
Does he?
Do it.
What do you think? Yeah? Now I need to make sure that this yarn substitution is correct for yardage. 388 yards. Way more than enough yards. Perfect. She was a showgirl. Disco ghost. Thank you so much for your help.
No problem.
Reginald could be the adventure stuffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on his first adventure today.
Where'd he go?
He went to Michael's! And we got yarn! Which is against the plan. But it's okay. So I bought yarn. Let's have a yarn haul. I promise there's a good reason for it. He came for the ride. This is Reginald, by the way. So I have 2 babies in my family that are on their way right now, and I needed to buy yarn in order to make them something. So majority of this yarn is for that, but I also have 2 commissions that I needed yarn for as well. I'm gonna go ahead and start our yarn haul off with some yarn for one of those commissions. This is the Loops and Threads Classic Cotton. This is Bubblegum and Fuchsia. This is gonna be a really cute card holder wallet. And another one of the commission yarn just came in the mail, so we will unbox that at the end. But we'll go ahead and look at the yarn that I grabbed for those babies that are on their way. So we got 3 giant skeins of this salmon sand from Bernat Blanket, 3 skeins in birch, and 3 skeins of earthenware. All 9 of those are meant to go for 1 blanket, and it is actually going to be this Fuzzy Flowers blanket that I am pulling out of the 30 Baby Blankets to Crochet pattern book that I have had for years, and it is actually a Bernat pattern. And the other yarn I grabbed for one of the babies that are on their way is going to be for this gingham blanket. And for that one, we grabbed 3 skeins of the Loops and Threads ombre, or soft ombre, excuse me, in the shade dark blue, sky blue, and white. And 2 skeins of slate gray and white. All of those colors are listed on the label band, so I'm assuming that's the name of it. And finally, 1 skein of coffee tan and cream. And lastly, we can go ahead and open up this guy. A friend has commissioned me for this one to make a baby blanket for a little girl that just entered his life. So that is what this yarn is going to be for. And I ordered these yarns from Knit Picks. Here is the spread of all of these yarns, and these are in the colors Snowflake, Otter, and Bedtime. And I think this is going to be absolutely beautiful. So that was our yarn haul. Thanks for hanging out with me for that. But now I have a few deadlines that I need to get to work on, which is pretty much all of these. The first one though is going to require this big chunky yarn, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with that right now. At the time that I'm filming this, it is July 13th, and I need to have this particular blanket ready for a baby shower on August 8th. Thankfully, it is large yarn, but I want to get started with it sooner rather than later, and I'd like for this video to include me making up all of this yarn. That way I don't have to include it in my personal stash moving forward. I'd like it to just enter the stash and leave right away. That would be ideal. So let's make these blankets. I need a size K hook. Let's go find it. Oh, we'll take you. Thank you. Hello? Do my hands want to work? Any day now, hands. Okay, thank you. You guys see that? There's like an indent from the yarn on my finger. So I managed to finish all of the centers that I need for this baby blanket yesterday and a little bit of this morning. I was not expecting it to go as quickly as it did, but it did. So I am now just working on the final round of everything. I decided to modify the color placement pattern. I think patterns are meant to be played with a little bit. They don't always have to be followed exactly unless it's like structurally obviously. For color, I think you can have whatever type of fun that you want. So I'm using all 3 colors to make multiple different variations of this motif that I need 45 total of. I definitely bought too much yarn for this project because this is what our first skein of color A is looking like. This is what color B is looking like, and this is C. I will have leftovers for sure. Maybe we can make a 6-day star blanket using these and donate it to the senior center because I don't know what else to do with it, but I have the yarn and yeah. Or I could just return it to Michael's, but I don't know. We'll come to that when we get there. But for now, I'm gonna just keep trekking along on finishing up these motifs. This is coming together so much faster than I expected it to, but that's a good thing for the deadline that I could probably finish this week. Tomorrow, no. Time for an update. This is what this blanket is looking like so far. I've started sewing it together. I originally thought that I was going to be able to just crochet it together, and then when I was looking at the pattern for how to do that, I didn't like the texture that it was creating, so I'm just sewing it together with a whip stitch, and this is going to take a lot longer because it's not crochet. But luckily, this little angel is in the family and she deserves nothing but extra work. It's just gonna take longer than I thought. Dang, okay, so it's the 21st. I think I started this on the 13th. And what would be cool is if I can get it done by the end of this week. That way I can just like be done with it, you know? Okay, my battery's dying. One out of 4 projects in this mini series of Knitting with a Purpose. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I want to use up all of this yarn that I bought before I start tackling my personal stash. I don't want to let this get into the personal stash is more so what I mean by that. This is the baby blanket that I made for my cousin-in-law. I finished it with a lot of time to spare, but I now need to go pack this, get it ready to gift, and also start the next project. But I got those yarns ready and caked up. Again, this is for a commissioned project, so I do need to actually prioritize it a little bit since I will be getting paid for this one. But this is going to be a very beautiful baby blanket, and this is going to be the next thing I start. But first, let's pack up that baby blanket.